Hi and Assalamu alaikum everyone. Well, before getting into the topic, let me give a short intro of me. I am Elahi, studying BCom General final year in the new college. I just think beyond the imaginaries and try to make it real and inshallah a future entrepreneur. But with the imaginaries, we can just run the business. We need investment, that is capital, to run the business. Is there a way to run a business with just ideas? Yes. Venture capital can do it. That is what I am about to explain to you guys. Now, what is venture capital? Venture capital is a temporary equity or quasi-equity investment in a growth-oriented small or medium business managed by a highly motivated entrepreneur. The investment is combined with managerial existence. Companies normally get their finance through promoters or shareholders, and later when they become highly profitable, they go for commercial borrowings. In the movie Surya Potru, Surya has the greatest idea to make a revolution in the flight industry. But he lacks in money to start his business. At that time, he meets a venture capitalist and inspires him with this idea. And so the venture capitalist discusses with the other board, and then they invest their money in the business of Surya. And that's what is called venture capital. Now let us see why venture capital. It is basically financing of new companies which are finding it difficult to go to the capital market at the early stage of the existence. Venture capital is always a long-term investment and made in companies which have high growth potential. Provision of venture capital will bring rapid growth for the business. Not much of technology is involved in venture capital. It involves financing mainly small and medium oriented firms which are in the early stage. Venture capital provider will also take part in the business of borrowing concern, whereby the venture capital financier not merely confines to finance but also provide managerial skill. Now let us discuss about the method of financing by venture capital institution. Hold on, before going in for venture capital finance, the venture capital institution will have to assess the profitability of the borrowing concern by a proper appraisal. This appraisal will be similar to the project appraisal undertaken by commercial banks. Okay, now let us discuss the stages involved in the venture capital finance. There are three stages involved in the venture capital finance: early stage financing, later stage financing, and turnarounds. In early stage financing, we have three steps, that is seed capital, startup, and second round. First, now let's see what's seed capital. Seed capital is in which the venture capital institution provides at the early stage of the borrowing concern. In seed capital, the funds are provided for testing the product and examining the commercial viability of the product. It enables the venture capital institution to find out the technical skill of the borrowing concern and its market potentiality. So that we can say seed capital is more of a product development, and also finances required at the stage is provided by the venture capital institution. The second one is the startup. Once the product is tested in the market and after being satisfied with its acceptability by the market, financing will be provided for the further development of the product and marketing of the product. Startup will be given to the high new technology introduced by the entrepreneur. A new business started by an entrepreneur who has a thorough working knowledge and experience, normally started by persons who are working in an established firm and having gained sufficient experience. The last step in the early stage financing is the second round finance. The borrowing concern has successfully launched the product in the market, which is evident from the acceptability. However, business has not become commercially successful. What of some more finance? In this stage, the venture capital institution provides more funds than at the initial stage. That's it for the early stage financing. Now, the second step in the venture capital financing is the later stage financing. The business concern which borrowed venture capital has now become a well-established business, but the business didn't grow up to the level in the issue of public shares. So the venture capital institution provides finance after the business generates revenues before an initial public offering, that is IPO. In this later stage financing, mezzanine capital is the first step. In this step, the borrowing company is not only well established but has overcome the risk and has started earning profits. But it takes some more years for the business to reach for self-sustenance. By using this finance, the company uses for purchase of plant, machinery, repayment of debts, and entering new areas. Bridge capital is the second stage in the later stage financing. At this stage, the product or service has been developed and is being sold in the market. This is the first opportunity that the investors have to see how the product fares with its competitors in the market. Funding received at this stage will often go towards manufacturing, sales, and additional marketing. The amount invested here can be significantly higher than the prior stages. At this stage, the company could also be moving toward profitability. MBO, that is Management Buyouts, is the last step in the later stage financing. In this MBO, we deal about the nature of management that is likely to exist in the borrowing concern. The external control on the management will be removed by the MBO by acquiring all the shares and the voting rights. And that's all for the later stage financing. The last stage involved in the venture capital financing is the turnarounds. A sick company may be taken over by providing two important inputs of capital and management. The financial assistance by venture capital institution is called as financial turnarounds, where the company will be able to improve its condition financially. Similarly, when the management of the company becomes self-dependent and is able to face the challenges of business, it is called management turnaround. That's it, guys. This is the whole stages involved in the venture capital financing. Now let us see all of them in a single quickie story, so that the topic will be clearly understood. Assume that we are this, and we are introducing a new product to the market. We got an idea, that is the teacup, which can be used even after consuming the tea, in which the teacup can also be consumed as it is made by wafer. That's it. Now let us connect with the topic. If we convince the venture capital to invest their money into our product, the seed capital is in which the venture capitalists invest a small amount of money to test the product's worth and potential of its standing in the market, so that we can move a little bit more. Once the product is found to be accepted by the market, the venture capitalists will provide more finance for further development of the teacup, and for the marketing of it, it is called the startup finance. After getting the startup finance, we just get into the next step. Now the teacup has reached well in the market, but it has not become commercially successful to the venture capitalists. So the venture capitalists will provide second round finance for our teacup. Now our teacup has been well established as a business material, but still it is not able to go in for public issue of shares, and at this stage the business have overcome risks and started earning profits. At this time, the venture capitalists will provide mezzanine capital finance, where we use it for purchasing plant and machinery, repayment of past debts, etc. After crossing this stage, our business will be provided bridge capital finance for growth of our business and providing loan for acquiring other firms. Now we have moved steps over. Assume that at the initial stage, our shares has been bought by the other company, but at this time, by using our revenues, we can get back our shares with the help of venture capital institution by making them acquire all the shares and the voting rights. We have now reached the final stage, where our business conditions need to be improved financially. Will be provided by the venture capital institution using the financial turnaround. That just is the last step. Similarly, when our company becomes self-dependent and is able to face the challenges of business, it is called as the management turnaround. That's it, guys. We won. I think I have almost made you all clearly understood what is venture capital and what are the stages involved in the venture capital. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity. Stay home, stay alert, and stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.
Ideas born or not to be. Wasted.